And again, when we have an update, we will provide it, as Donovan Mutin has been down since the play where he was injured. And you see the concern on the face of his teammates. But
yeah, he's not only the leader of this defense for Doug Belk, he's one of the leaders of this entire team, which is why his teammates are so concerned. Obviously, the respect from the Memphis side of things. They know what they've watched and faced with Donovan Mutin the last couple of years. Has been an consistent every down player for the last 2 years on this defense.
We are going to head into the studio and toss it to Matt Berry while we await word on Donovan Mutin's condition. We are hoping for the best. We will get you an update when we know. For now, Matt Berry inside our studio. Matt.
All right, Jason Benetti, thank you so much. Joey Galloway, Matt Berry alongside. It is so difficult at this point of the season, or any point of the season, when you're getting ready to play a football game and you see one of your teammates laying there on the field. Again, we will keep you updated on the situation in Houston as soon as we get the details as they warrant. You talk about a big game in the American. Houston has already clinched that spot in the American Championship game. They were ranked by the College Football Playoff Committee for the first time this week. That bodes well for Cincinnati. This game that they have against SMU tomorrow, we circled November 20th on the calendar because at that point we thought SMU perhaps could be ranked. But this is a big one for the Bearcats on Saturday, 3.
It is, and we circled a couple things on that Bearcats schedule this year, and it was Indiana at Indiana. They're not the Indiana we expected. Now it's SMU, not the SMU we expected to see this season, but it's still a big game, and a game that Cincinnati needs to come out, play well. Against USF, they gave up 21 points in the second half. They better not do that against an SMU team that can actually beat them.
They've got Tanner Mordecai. They've got a lot of talent on that side of the ball. So really defensively for Cincinnati, we've been waiting to see over the past couple of weeks. They didn't get it against Navy. They didn't get it against Tulane. They didn't get it against Tulsa, although they were pushing those games. They get a real top-flight offense for us to have a look at that Luke Fickell defense again.
Yeah, and I think at times, and we've watched this Cincinnati team, and they play these close games, and they get a lead, we expect that defense to close out the game, to shut down the other team. They hadn't been able to get those key stops. We've seen plays at end of games. I think it was Tulsa or Tulane.
It was Tulsa.
Yeah, reach it across, and it ends up not being a touchdown.
Yep.
But that's way too close for comfort for a team like Cincinnati, ranked at number 5, that everyone's talking about has a chance to be in the playoff. They need to be able to go into these games against these unranked opponents and win handily. I don't like to say style points because Coach Fickell,
he's not into that.
He's not into style points. He's into winning football games. You have to win convincingly.
When you look at Cincinnati with how they've played this year, you mentioned style points. We've got teams below them. Notably, I'm looking at Oklahoma State, who's playing really good football. They come in 9th in the college football playoff rankings. They have an opportunity. They can win Bedlam. They can go into the Big 12 championship, perhaps get Oklahoma or Baylor again. If I'm Cincinnati, that's the one team that I'm keeping an eye on below me, because the strength of schedule, Cincinnati's is in the hundreds, Oklahoma State's is in the top 40s, and if they win out, regardless of what Cincinnati does, style points, Joe, at some points are going to have to be looked at because the metrics may not add up once the records are done.
And it's unfortunate that Cincinnati's in that position, that they're looking behind them as much as we're looking ahead of them. Oklahoma State's an outstanding football team. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the Big 12. We'll deal with that later.
So a marquee weekend in the American is starting tonight with Houston. The injury that carted the player off the field. I want to talk back to Jason Benetti and Andre Ware to give us an update on what's going on. Gentlemen.
Matt Berry, thank you very much. What we saw here on the field is that Donovan Mutin was placed on the stretcher on the cart. He was wheeled off, and we both saw this as he was being wheeled off. He was moving his hands. They were above his chest, above his torso, and his hands above his body, and he was moving his fingers, is what we can report at this point on Donovan Mutin. But Paul Carcaterra will work on this feverishly, and when we have an update that we can share, we will.
They've inserted Malik Robinson, the junior from Snellville, Georgia, transfer from Fort Scott in for Donovan Mutin.
Now suddenly you just have to get right back to it on a 3rd down. It's Rodriguez Hart, and he's going nowhere. Hugged down by Parrish. It's a loss of 6.
Logan Hall, Parrish, both guys pushing the pocket, and it just seemed like was the timing of this draw play was thrown off, and it allowed the defensive front, the front four from Houston again to collapse things around the running back Clark. Go for it here on 4th down.
4th and 16. Memphis is going to go for it. Now they got a false start, so they may not be going for anything. Dale, the right tackle.
Enemy shells coming in. False start. Offense. Number 75. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
So how do you jump right back into this, Andre? I mean, really, like as a football player, how do you do it?
It's tough, Jason, especially if you're on the Houston sideline. That's a guy that you've seen consistently lead this football team each and every day. It's tough. It really is to put it in the back of your mind, and you still have a game to play, but then you kind of dedicate the game to him. And you're playing for Donovan right now.
Jones back to receive, and it's a fair catch. So Houston gets it for the first time. As we check out tonight's player spotlight, brought to you by Tide. It is Clayton Tune, the junior quarterback, who has gone 166 passes without a pick.
Yeah, it's been outstanding. You see the completion percentage up around 70%, 4th in the American in passing yards, 21 touchdowns. Both he and Seth Hennigan have 21 touchdown passes, 6 interceptions, but he has been spectacular. Against South Florida a couple of weeks ago, he was 80% through the air. Playing some good football.
His resilient mind is a major reason Houston has won 9 in a row. After a tough opener for him, he has bounced back just beautifully, and he will throw his first pass. It's to McCaskill, the freshman we told you about, and there's the agility already down the sideline for McCaskill and a gain of 8.
Yeah, with Tune, it's been well documented, the hamstring injury, and they weren't able to run him early in the season, but it made him a better quarterback because it forced him to sit in the pocket and go through his progressions. And I think the entire offense is paying dividends because of it.
Tune again to the sideline, and that's incomplete. His first couple passes last week against Temple were erratic, and then he really turned it up with this offense to get near 40.
He did 22 touchdown passes in that, 224 yards against Temple.
3rd down and 1. McCaskill, door number 1 was closed. He leans forward, and he does have the first down for Houston.
And that's the strength that you don't expect from a true freshman. This kid could have gone anywhere in the country. He's being recruited by Alabama, Auburn, Florida State, Michigan, Notre Dame, Penn State. They all fell in love with McCaskill, and he decided to stay close to home where his mother could see him play. He is some kind of talent.
He's got an Oak Ridge High School in Conroe, and now he's in motion. Tune spins it out for Nathaniel Tank Dell on his first catch and a gain of 8.
When you have McCaskill, who is an excellent receiver out of the backfield, you've got a quarterback that's mobile, that can run, and Dell is the glue that kind of puts it all together because he can work the middle of the field as well as go outside and make plays.
Under-recruited because he was a smaller guy, and again, that has paid off very well for a team in college football as Tune goes diving head first, and it's going to be very close. 3rd and about half a yard, it looks like, depending on the spot.
Yeah, and so when you have all those ingredients that I just described, it makes you a tough offense to stop. And I haven't even gotten into the tight end that's checking in, Christian Trahan, that is an excellent receiving tight end. Big body, they love to utilize him down inside the red zone. This is a complete offensive unit for Dana Holgorsen.
They added the transfer Seth Green out of Minnesota, who was a Wildcat quarterback for P.J. Fleck, and they're both in. Both tight ends are in.
That was me saving your ass.
And they'll keep it on the ground. McCaskill, nicely done to pick his way over left tackle for a first down.
What patience by the true freshman. Just waiting it out, guys setting the blocks, and then he finds just a crease to pick up the first down. There's just really nothing there initially, and he just allows blocks to set themselves and accelerate, pick up the first down. It's a nice run there by the freshman McCaskill.
Yeah, no panic at all.
Usually the patience is just hit it up in there, but no panic from him.
Tune first down throw. It's a crossing pass pattern, and he's got a completion across the 35-yard line to Tayson Henry, the second tailback to transfer from Texas Tech.
There's a defender there to make a play on it. I want to say it was J.J. Russell there, kind of do-it-all linebacker for Memphis, but unable to make the tackle.
At 23, J.J. Russell is all over the tape when you watch the Memphis Tigers. Two, a lot of time. Now the pocket collapses. He throws it out wide and has another completion. This time to Jeremy Singleton, and it's a first down for the Cougars.
When you give Clayton Tune that kind of time with receivers like Dell and Singleton, Herslow, somebody's going to get open. And usually it's Dell behind the secondary when plays break down. Because of his speed, he's got a very high football IQ. But the rest of these guys complement one another very, very well.
About 8 yards of completion, 4 for 5 for Tune. That's Henry in motion. And Tune under pressure. Cannot get away. He is sacked. Maurice White had the initial pressure for Memphis on a loss of 9.
Yeah, White, Big John Tate, who's an excellent pass rusher from the nose tackle position. Good quickness, strength, just kind of plays through a double team, and Clayton Tune really just kind of comes right to Big John Tate and Maurice White.
Andre, I'm just going to say this, there's still sort of an eerie feeling over the stadium. This was...
yeah, you as an excellent player in person exited the stadium a little bit earlier than certainly everybody anticipated.
Tune to throw, threads it through nicely across the 45-yard line to that tight end Trahan you were talking about.
He is an excellent route runner, big target that just kind of shows Memphis plays zone there, and Trahan's able to just show the 8 and the 5 to Tune, who is on time. If he's a little bit later with that, it's either knocked down or intercepted, but the timing was perfect.
Thomas Pickens tried to hustle the timing with the pressure again, but Tune was on the money.
That's a big down defensively for Memphis. As you get past midfield, it's 4-down territory for the Cougars, so you can figure out a way here to stop the Cougs on 3rd down.
Tune climbing the pocket. Clayton Tune scanning. Tune throws it and has the completion across the 45. Now the question was, he was right around the line of scrimmage when he threw that ball. There's a flag down back at the 37 as well as Dell made the catch.
Yeah, you're going to have a hold against Patrick Paul, the left tackle.
Holding. Offense. Number 76. 10 yards. Previous 5. Still 3rd down.
There it is. Hank Johns, our referee.
Jalen Allen is screaming thank you. We can hear him all the way up to the press box. He's holding me. He's kind of got him around the neck, a little high in his pass set there on Mr. Allen.
A little high. He had him in the Ted DiBiase $1 million dream.
Yeah.
Andre.
Little wrestling move.
Yeah, a little bit.
Once again, 3rd down, and certainly Memphis, with that penalty, helped its cause. So many times you see guys play zone and they back off, and all of a sudden it's 4th down and about 5, where it gives the opponent a chance to go for it again.
Tune again. Nice coverage again for Memphis, at least through the initial part of that play. But Singleton sat down and found 20 on a 3rd and 19.
Yeah, just too deep of zone drops. And so it allows for the receiver to get down the field deep enough to the marker and no pass rush. So Clayton Tune had all day to allow Jeremy Singleton to get down the field.
Securing Baker.
They will run it on 1st down. Pascal gets about a yard. Boy, the post-play pushing and shoving definitely still exists after what we saw at the beginning of this game.
Yeah, this has turned into kind of a rivalry game. Certainly it's favored Memphis the last, 5 years. 5 in a row they've won against this Cougar team. So they come in with some confidence that they can get the job done on the road for this season.
Been all Memphis last half decade. This is wide by Toon, looking for the senior Herslow, and it's 3rd and 9 for the Cougars.
Let's go back and take a look at that big third down play. The pass completion from Toon to Singleton. Big, deep zone, drops everybody backing out. No pass rush. So he's got all day to throw. That allows routes to develop down the field, and it's a big area to hit a big receiver at 6 foot, about 185 pounds. Singleton did a nice job of finding the down and distance mark.
Wendell Johnson was playing safety about 15 yards behind that throw.
Yep.
Houston 3 for 3 on 3rd down so far. They're 3rd and 9 here. Toon for Dell. He stops, and he is 2 yards short of the first down. This is a go for it, right?
Dana Holgerson won't even, hesitate in this situation. Hot offense. It's 4th down and short. You're well across midfield. Offense is certainly going to stay out there. They've been pretty good on 4th down. 76% on 4th downs this year. 13 of 17 in terms of conversion rate.
That is top 5 in the FBS. We're going to go 2 tight ends here on 4th down and 2 as the play clock winds down to 6. Toon fakes the pitch, runs it himself. Toon driving the legs, and Clayton Toon is there for the first down.
And that's what a healthy Clayton Toon brings to this offense. John Tate got there, but a healthy Clayton Toon can make plays like this. He knew exactly where he needed to get to. He got some push and help from his offensive line, but that hamstring's got to be feeling pretty good right about now.
Yeah, they finally last week started calling quarterback runs again, design runs, and they're very willing to go with Clayton Toon on a 4th down.
Friendly bombing button inbound.
Another 4-man rush that never gets there, and Toon diving to the 34 with Russell in pursuit.
Yeah, they're going to have to basically spy Clayton Toon. If you're going to rush 3 and drop 8, somebody's going to have to spy the quarterback because everybody's dropping into coverage. All he's got to do is wait for the rush to pass him by and then step up into the pocket. If nobody's there, tuck it, run, get down, and protect yourself. And they can make a living doing that.
It's a 16, now 17-play drive for the Houston Cougars. Toon scanning. He throws it low and incomplete. When you were here, you guys scored 16, 17-play drive.
16 plays. Were we on the 1-yard line? We had some guys that could catch it short and turn short ones into long ones.
8:53 off the clock.
As long as you're moving the football, it's okay. That's the burn.
3rd down, pressure gets there. Toon eludes it. And now he gets by a second opportunity. He's down at the 29 and flag down.
There's going to be another holding call on Patrick Paul working against John Tate, the nose tackle. This one's coming back. It happened right around about the 38-yard line or so.
Toon's
Hold
hurt.
it. Offense, number 76. 10 yards from the previous spot. Still 3rd down.
So now Clayton Toon is down on a knee.
He's up, moving around, but he's going to come out for at least one play here. The clock stopped because he was down. Just wonder if it's that hamstring reoccurring. Oh, he's reaching for his left shoulder.
So here's Ike Abagu, who's thrown 32 passes this year in relief of Clayton Toon with that hamstring injury.
He's looked good at times. Smart guy. No, they don't have to change anything when he comes into the game.
He's going to run on 3rd down and 17 and try and get him in field goal range here, down at the 33. Joseph on the tackle for Memphis, and
This would be somewhere around 50, right around 50-yard field goal. And Dalton Witherspoon, when we talked to Dana Holgerson and inquired about his range, he said, I'm comfortable with him up to about 50. And he hit a 50-yarder against SMU a couple of weeks ago.
That is his long on the year, is the 50. We are under a minute in this first quarter. And Witherspoon misses. So, still scoreless. Memphis will get it back after a 10-minute drive.
Michigan State, Ohio State, Saturday at noon on ABC.
The road home for the holidays, where the ultimate driving machine becomes the ultimate cruise through 3 states machine. The ultimate zip around the corner for mom's cooking machine. And even the ultimate we couldn't get out of there any faster machine. Because at BMW, we know every holiday looks different. So we created the ultimate whatever your road home looks like machine. Receive a credit of up to $2,500 through November 30th.
This holiday season, remember the trick. The one that lets you skip the line and get your finger-licking chicken finger-licking quick.
It's finger-licking quick.
Pass the pants. Share the shirts. Hand out the hats. Fork over the flannels. Deliver the denim. And bestow the briefs. Gift the whole gang. And load up on all of the merry you can carry. Only at Duluth Trading.
What's strong with me?
What's strong with me?
What's strong with me? What's strong with me?
What's strong with me?
With me.
With me!
What's strong with me?
What's strong with me?
What's strong with me?
With me.
Me.
With me.
At Capella University, we know the world is pretty smart.
Wicked smart.
So we made FlexPath smart enough that you can finish the bachelor's degree in business you've started in 18 months for $18,000. That's smart. Capella University. Don't just learn smarter.
When is a Pocky more than a Pocky? When it's a new friend. When it's a magic wand. When it's an icebreaker. When is a Pocky more than a Pocky? When you share it. Share happiness.
Hi, I'm Anna Gunn, and you probably know me best from my work